trucking. Blow a tire today. That's real life trucking. The nasty metal sticking out of there. The whole tread came off, and very fortunately there was no one around us. No one got injured. Nothing was damaged. I don't think it took out any airlines. It didn't, nothing. When these babies blow in the very, very back of the trailer, it can take out your mud flap. This one's kind of jacked anyway. Looks like it's been either hit with a tire in the past, or someone ran over that and the bottom of the mud flap pulled the whole bracket down. But these brackets go through hell. So here's the back. It's the driver's side, forward, in. They all have numbers, but I don't have them memorized anymore. We have automatic tires that will inflate these things, these airlines, so you can hear the air in the other one just kind of going nowhere, because that tire is not even on the it's not even on the rim anymore. So anyway, those were where I was saying you could move the tandems, those holes right there. You can move this set of tires, and there's pins that lock them into place. And if you move them to the back of the trailer, you're gonna move freight forward and give yourself 250 pounds that way to the drives. Or you can move the tandems to the front and shift weight to the back and put more on your trailer tandems. 250 pounds. Every hole is 250 pounds. So you see the pin right there that locks them into place. And so anyway, I just kind of described two different things at once. You've got blown tire, and I explained to you how the trailer tandems move back here. So there you go. And they can go all the way. If you need to shift a shit ton of freight to the front, you can move them back. But we'll get into bridge laws at a later time, because certain states don't want you to go all the way to the front or all the way to the back. I don't, they call it bridge law. But anyway, that's just for your viewing pleasure. Ta-da! Blown tire today. Talk about real life trucking. So anyway, we're coming up to the front, and there's where we get it fixed. At a truck stop. We'll go into this line over here, and Mark is inside making sure we have a spot and that they're going to get to us as quickly as possible. But as you can see, there's other trucks waiting to be worked on. We are at a
He was ahead of me.
Oh, he was. What about this guy over here? No idea. So I think we're in that line?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Alright, well. Alright. I'm getting back in the truck. It's hot out here. Alright. So anyway, I'm back in the truck. It is so hot out there. We heard the tire blow. I was in the bunk, and kind of thought it was on the drives right here on the tractor, but it wasn't. Obviously it was on the trailer. Summertime, the three most contributing factors, I think, to blowing trailer tires is heat. Summer, when it's hot, those tires heat up a lot. Tires, all cars and vehicles, the tires heat up fast in the summer. But heat is one. Summer, you'll see way more blowouts during the summer than you do during the winter months. Weight. If you're running 33 to 38, 36,000 pounds in the trailer, then you're extremely heavy on those tires. We've only got about 12.5. So either that, so weight can contribute, heat can contribute, or if you damage the tire with all the construction that we go through, there's nails, pieces of wire, pieces of shit. Construction sites, they don't clean them well. You can pick them up in your own tires, so be careful. But anyway, so wear, picking up stuff, just tire stuff. But mostly it's the heat and weight that cause it. And if it goes, because if they're even just a little bit low on pressure, a little bit low on pressure, and you've got a ton of weight and it's hot, they'll blow. So anyway, we got a truck coming in front of me. Look how close he is. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but he's really close to our nose. So, and also if you want to be a truck driver and things like that scare you where they're that close, get used to it. That's the tight spaces you work in. But I'm not too sure exactly what he's doing. I have no idea. But anyway, back to the tire thing. It blew while we were on the highway on I-20 headed east, and we were coming into Jackson, Mississippi. We were at least less than 2 miles from an exit to take that we know of to get the truck fixed, because you cannot run on a tire that is blown for long distances. And I know this because in Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, I blew a tire in construction, and I did not feel comfortable pulling over in construction, so I tried to make it through the construction, but one of Arkansas's finest got behind me and followed me with his lights on. I saw him, but my safety comes before I consider what he thinks is safety. I'm going to consider my safety. So I pulled off once I was through construction, and that was not good enough for him. He ticketed me, even though I explained to him everything, my situation, nicely. There's no reason to be ugly to law enforcement. But as a professional driver, I let him know that the reason I did not pull over made no difference. He still gave me the ticket and said, have a nice day, and that was about $460 to get that taken care of. It doesn't count as technically it doesn't count as a moving violation. It counted as an equipment violation. Oh, Mark's coming back in. Oh. So I'm moving. And I scratched myself. Oh. Anyway, it didn't count as a moving violation, but it did count as an equipment violation. And and it was on my record, safety record. So anyway, don't drive for long distances if you blow a tire. Try to find, if you're not near an exit or a truck stop, you're out in the middle of nowhere, which it happens, of course. Then pull over and evaluate the situation and see if how much damage was done. Because like I said, if it's a rear tire, it can take out the air lines or the mud flat bracket. So anyway, evaluate and then call roadside assistance, because they'll come out and fix your tire for you. It costs. Whether the company pays for it, if you're an independent, you pay for it. Write it off on your taxes, I guess. But our company pays for all of the trailer and tractor problems that we have. So, we don't try to cause problems. We don't necessarily damage things just because, but, mechanical things will break. Mechanical things break. It's a part of trucking. But anyway, try to be safe, and if your tire blows, shoot, we've had 2 blow in one day. I was coming through Tennessee in the summer. We were real heavy, and first I blew one side of the trailer, blew a tire, and then about 2 hours later I blew on the other side, and that was not a good day. Lori was very tired by the end of her shift. And because you just sit and wait. Rarely do you get seen immediately because there's always trucks that need something. But anyway, I may take a walk up to the truck stop itself and get maybe, I don't know, something to drink or something. We have some stuff here. I have some tea. We keep it in a cooler, but it is hot and we're running low on some drinks. But anyway, blowing a tire is no fun. You can almost count on that taking out at least 2 hours of your day. At least 2 hours. You do not have to log it on duty, although, I don't know, DOT probably says you should if you're sitting in the front seat, that anytime you're in that front seat, you're supposed to log on duty. But Mark can exit the truck, put himself off duty, and exit or sit back here with me. And we wait till they call us to go into the bay. And then once they get started on the tire, it doesn't generally take that long. Now, if they have to repair airline hoses, because we have a primary air hose and an emergency air hose, there's a red and a blue. They, the truck itself is all air pressured. So it's air keeping the brakes open. So when we stop the air pressured brakes, go on. So it's air keeping those brakes not closed. So when you blow a line, that can be bad. So that's why there's two. There's the primary and then the secondary, which is technically the emergency hose, because chances are you'll blow one hose, but you're probably not going to blow both. So it'll take out one line, but it may not take out the other one, and that way you still have air. However, if your air gets cut to the back of the trailer, then now you've got some serious problems. I have never had that happen. Over 1 million miles, I have blown a steer tire, which blowing a steer tire is, let's just say, you never forget that. Blowing a trailer tire is like, boop, it blew, and but when you blow one of your steer tires, your steering gets jerked completely out of your hands, and you can get thrown across the highway. It's pretty serious. They teach you how to compensate if you blow a steer, but when you blow a steer, your whole truck sinks down. It gets your attention, that's for sure. But I did have it blow once. I handled it. It was in South Carolina, and I was late at night, so there was nobody on the left of me because it was my side that blew, and I caught the wheel, but not before it pushed me into starting into that lane, and I just, thank God there was nobody right beside me. So once again, don't ride right beside 18-wheelers. I mean, if you're stuck in traffic, that's not what I'm talking about. If you're stuck in traffic and you're moving slowly side by side and everything, that's not exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about highway driving. Highway driving. Go around. Don't stay right there. And these are some of the reasons why. Now, I can control that, actually. I see you next to me. I can slow down and allow you to go. If you are behind me, a lot of times and you're tailgating or you're too close, I hit the brakes gently and slow myself down, and eventually passenger drivers just get like, oh my God, I'm gonna go around this person. And they go around. The only person I can't really control is the one directly in front of me. I really can't do do a whole lot about that person. I can control whether I speed up or slow down according to them, but I can't really make them speed up or slow down. But the people inside of me and the people behind me, which are the ones I'm truly most concerned about, I do have little techniques to, you know, when I drove, I don't anymore, but we have little techniques to try to get you to go ahead and go around, because we understand what can happen, and it's not pretty, and it's it's senseless for it to happen, because you don't have to do that. Anyway, so we blew a tire on the trailer. We're getting it fixed today, and I do feel better today. Yesterday we didn't feel all that good, but we had a good breakfast this morning, and good night's sleep, of course the shower yesterday, and this just, you know, you're gonna at least give yourself 2 hours minimum, 4 hours probably maximum sometimes, to be completely redone and on the road again. So it does eat time out of your day, but you do have, like I said, a 14-hour out of 24 hours. You have a 14-hour work day, and 11 of that can be driving. Out of that 14, only 11 can be driving. I'm not going to talk about split braking. So just in general, you can be, you know, you can be off for a few hours. It doesn't penalize your 11-hour driving. But if you're off, let's say for 4 or 5 hours, then yes, that does cut into your drive time, because you only have a 14-hour window. 11 of it can drive. 12, 13, 14. You have 3 discretionary hours that you can do with fueling. You can do with, you know, the maintenance like this. You can stop and take a break. You can take a shower. You can, you know, you have 3 discretionary hours, but 11 is driving. And so, yes, if this took 8 or 9 hours, sure, that cuts way into his day, and you don't have, and you have like no drive time left on your day. You have to wait. And our breaks are 10 hours for solo. Well, for anybody, it's 10 hours. 8 if you're split braking, but 10 generally. 10 hours in the either off-duty, combination of off-duty sleeper or sleeper. So you need that 10 hours to get your day back. So and that Qualcomm I showed you yesterday monitors all of that. Everything that man does is right there. So we used to have to do it by paper logs. That graph I was showing you, we did it on paper, where we took a ruler and we drew the graph of what we were doing, you know. But those are really easy to fudge a little bit. Oh yeah, I was in the sleeper 10 hours. Yeah, it only took me 5 hours to go 700 miles. Sure, you know, I mean, things like that. So of course, the government stepped in and gave us the Qualcomm, which is all GPS based. So it knows when you're in motion, when you're sitting. They can pinpoint you to where the location of the truck is within, I don't know, several hundred feet. It doesn't give you much room to fudge a little bit. You have to really be on your toes with it, and if you go over, it will flash and beep at you, and it notifies your company next day. If you went over on your hours, if you stop too hard, like if you brake too hard, it will notify your company that you had a hard brake. If there's a, like, if your trailer tilts, like you go over a bump like this, and it makes the trailer sway too much, that gets noticed. It's connected to your accelerator, and to the rest of the truck it monitors your speed. We do have a camera, a forward-facing camera, and it does, the camera is right there, that thing with the green light on it. So it will normally faces out. It does face inward too. But generally that's more for our protection than anything else, because people cut in front of you, they hard brake in front of you. We even had a couch fly at us because the person in front of us was moving and they didn't strap their couch down to the back of their pickup truck. The couch came out of the bed of the truck and came directly at Mark. We were in traffic in Florida. It was in Florida, I think. But we were in not heavy traffic, but enough that he was conscious about it. So Mark he basically had to hit that couch. He didn't have a whole lot of choice. He missed hitting it dead on, and I think it exploded. The couch kind of exploded, and we did some damage. It did some damage to the front of the truck, but did you know that person never stopped? They just kept going, knowing that their couch just freaking exploded on I-10, and hit somebody. Could have caused. It actually saved the four-wheelers around us. This is a true story. So we pulled into the rest area, the first one we could find, very close to where it happened, to assess the truck, and we had two four-wheelers pull in right after us, and they came up to Mark and shook his hand and said thank you so much, because if you didn't swerve the way you did and take that couch out, that it would have hit it could have hit other people. And we know in a big truck, like, we can hit a deer and it's like boo, it's like boo, but you hit them in a car and it's like boom, so it's huge. So when we hit things in a big truck, yes, we have a little bit more, we're a bigger object and force moving through the space, time. So we can take a little bit better of a hit like that than a four-wheeler definitely could. We would survive it way better than they would. So Mark kind of hit the couch, it exploded, and it dispersed, but the people around us had time to slow down and move out of the way. Once they saw it coming and Mark hit it, they kind of got in line, like right behind him, kind of. So anyway, they stopped and told him they were so grateful that Mark acted the way he did and handled it, instead of swerving, causing all kinds of problems. He just handled it professionally. So anyway, I will leave you on that note today, and thanks for following. Do subscribe and like, and leave comments if you've ever blown a steer tire, if you've ever been behind a truck, or if anything you want to comment about, just please put it on there, and we will see you on down the road.